Washington, D.C., The Hill is reporting that lawmakers announced they have an agreement in place to fund the government. So a vote is set to be able to happen today. Right now, the details of that agreement are not known, but it has many right now wondering if this new budget allocates enough money to help those impacted by Hurricane Helene. It's a concern among North Carolina's congressional delegation after the original deal just fell apart. President-elect Donald Trump and even billionaire Elon Musk bashed the bill for allowing excessive spending. Our chief political correspondent Andy Weber is here. Andy, so more than $100 billion right now was promised in the first version. Any inkling as to what we're seeing?
Well, it includes almost $9 billion in relief for the Tar Heel state in the original version. Senators from both North Carolina as well as South Carolina saying they will not support a budget that doesn't provide adequate help.
You'll still see a lot of debris. You'll still see homes that had landslides come around them. You'll still see cars in the river and overturned from when the storm hit.
Jason Kimack with Samaritan's Purse says the recovery in western North Carolina is far from over as they continue to help people rebuild in the wake of Hurricane Helene.
We're topping roofs, we're cutting trees, we're doing mud outs on homes. And then, we had a big distribution piece. We help people with generators and blankets and coats and even fresh drinking water through this response.
But recovery efforts now face new complications. A battle over the budget in Washington. A bipartisan deal to fund the government through mid-March fell through after President-elect Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk blasted the proposal for allowing excessive spending. But that deal also set aside more than $100 billion in disaster relief. Charlotte Congresswoman Alma Adams said that included a sizable chunk for the Tar Heel state.
That's almost $9 billion. That's billion with a B in funding for North Carolina that we would miss out on.
North Carolina Senators Thom Tillis and Ted Budd, as well as South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, agreed the original bill had problems.
Now we know that has fallen apart. And in some cases, I think for good reason.
Senator Thom Tillis making clear he and the president-elect are on the same page.
I agree with President Trump that we could do better than the CR that was before us. And I also agree with President Trump because he reaffirmed to me yesterday that he believes that disaster relief is absolutely essential before we go home.
But if the new proposal doesn't provide enough to help North Carolina, Senators Tillis and Budd will delay any vote in the Senate by filibustering. The two plan to read letters they've received from hurricane victims.
You're going to hear these stories on the Senate floor for as long as my voice and my colleagues' voice can be heard.
Any budget that's agreed to needs to be passed before the end of the day tomorrow to avoid a partial government shutdown. Alicia.